if I had to again take a position on it, I'm gonna take the brand name, which is Bitcoin. I'm going to assume that it's the wrong price for the possibilities that it has. And I'm going to assume that the path forward from here is north.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I've got some very bullish news to share with you. Before we go further, we are closely approaching 50,000 subscribers. So please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, really quick, I uploaded my interview with Snappa CEO and co-founder earlier today. Snappa is investing 50% of its cash reserves into Bitcoin. The same way MicroStrategy's been putting their cash reserves in Bitcoin, a lot of these smaller companies are doing the same. So you don't want to miss that. Check it out in that interview, guys. Now, guys, Plan B posted the following. The Bitcoin 200-week moving average at $7,500 and monthly increase of 5.5%. Looks like late 2016 into early 2017. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Market cycles, right? Bull, bear, and accumulation phase. And we are back in the bull market. So if you look at the color chart here, which indicates the rising prices, the monthly closeouts, right? And the black line is the 200-week moving average. So moving away from that indicates a bull market. When you're close to that 200-week moving average, it indicates a bear market. So look at this. In 2016 into 2017, right? You see the color pattern here, patterns here as the price increase. Look at where we're at right now in 2020 as we head into 2021, guys. Very exciting times ahead, and the data does not lie. This is not my emotions, my feelings, not something I dreamt up. This is the data. This is the past performance. Now, of course, that doesn't mean or not with certainty that it's going to repeat the same way in the future, but we are going off of the facts at least, right? We are looking at the trends and everything is on track right now. So very excited. The Bitcoin stock to flow model, of course, is pointing to $100,000 price point. And we've been seeing that we've been moving sideways on the $19,000 price mark, which, as stated in yesterday's video, almost seems boring, right? And because last time it was at 19,000 was only for like a day in the euphoric phase of the 2017 bull run. Now it's moving sideways. It's going to be like these small peaks and valleys on the way up to 20,000, right? Where you had peaks and valleys at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. That's what 19,000 is going to become, because once again, we're headed to $100,000. Now, a big part of what's going to drive the markets higher is not just the institutional money, but the full regulation of this crypto market, allowing for more capital to come in. Mnuchin, Steve Mnuchin, right, head of the Treasury, he tweeted the following today. Productive G7 call this morning. We discuss the effective actions in response to COVID-19, strategies to achieve a robust recovery, and cryptocurrencies. Look how big cryptocurrencies have become, guys. A G7 call to talk about a pandemic, to talk about economic strategies, also included cryptocurrencies as a topic. Let that sink in for a second. All the governments around the world are talking about cryptocurrencies. They're all looking to roll out regulations. They're all trying to build their digital currencies. And of course, this is the new asset class. And it's on the rise. They cannot avoid it. It's here to stay, and it's a global asset class because it's on the blockchain. It's borderless, right? And we are headed to new all-time highs, guys. And remember what Brian Brooks, the head of the OCC, remember Steve Mnuchin brought him over from Coinbase to head up the OCC. He said just this past week on CNBC, crypto regulations coming in 6 to 8 weeks. So as you can imagine, Mnuchin was there talking to the other countries. Here's what we're doing. What are you guys doing? Are we on track? Etc., etc., etc. So you know what's coming, guys. The big money is here. And I want to share something with you. Why patience, perspective, and you always have to keep learning and doing your research. Look at this tweet from December 18th, 2013 from Michael Saylor. Bitcoin days are numbered. It seems just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling. Wow. Very short-sighted, very bearish, but look at what's happening today. MicroStrategy has purchased approximately 2,574 Bitcoins for $50 million in cash in accordance with its Treasury Reserve policy at an average price of approximately $19,427 $27 per Bitcoin. Now we hold approximately 40,824 Bitcoins. You see the dichotomy there, guys? Wow. What a capitulation. I'm sure Michael wishes he bought in 2013 or 2014 because he would be up significantly. But you live and you learn, right? And this is why I'm saying a lot more folks are going to capitulate. Bitcoin is here to stay. The crypto market's here to stay. And this is not to put down Michael Saylor. It's actually a compliment to him. He had an open mind, at least. He was willing to learn. And over time, he's like, wait a minute. Okay, I was wrong, right? What he said in 2013 is absolutely wrong. But now he's a Bitcoin bull. And another example of capitulation, Mr. Wonderful himself, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary. Remember, he was on CNBC in 2019 and 2018 calling crypto crap. He was challenging Anthony Pompliano, and now he's saying he's ready to put 5% of his portfolio, in an SEC-approved Bitcoin ETF. Now, he has said he has some Bitcoin. In a recent interview with Anthony Pompliano, he says he has some, but he's really ready to go all in once a Bitcoin ETF is ready. And I believe things are going to move ahead with an ETF, and we're going to see this market take off, guys. More guys like him and his caliber are going to be investing in Bitcoin and crypto. So this is really great. Remember, what was the big holdup is the SEC did not approve the ETF. Now Jay Clayton is on his way out. This is the last month. Let's see if Hester Pierce gets approved to be the chairman. But if not, at least we get someone who is more crypto friendly. And there was talks about Biden may pick Gary Gensler. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. But just another example of capitulation, guys. It's a beautiful thing to watch happen. And once again, I like to remind you guys this. We are on the side of smart money. We are here. We were here during the bear market buying the lows, and we're going to sell the highs as these millionaires and billionaires go on CNBC and TV and talk about Bitcoin and crypto and market it to the masses. And stock exchanges, banks, everybody is here to participate in the asset class. So Borse Stuttgart Group says its crypto trading app has hit 1 billion euro volume in 2020. So Germany's second largest stock exchange, many of you know about Borse Stuttgart, they had launched the Bison crypto app, and it has achieved a high volume. So this is about $1.21 billion so far this year. So as you can see, growth, right? This is pretty bullish in my opinion. And remember, crypto's global. Everybody from around the globe can access Bitcoin and crypto. The stock exchange reported that in November, there were several days where the app saw record daily trading volumes exceeding 35 million euro or $42.3 million. Over the year so far, active users also hit new highs, increasing by 180% to 206,000, the group said. Here's a quote. The increase in user numbers and trading volume on Bison in the current year have far exceeded our expectations. I like hearing things like that. They were planning for X amount of growth and it exceeded their expectations. That shows this asset class is growing at a rapid pace. Now take a look at this. German bank launches crypto fund covering portfolio of digital assets. Oh boy, I'm probably going to butcher this name. Hauck and Aufhäuser's Digital Asset Fund 1 will reportedly cover 85% of the total crypto asset market. Investment firms, family offices, hedge funds, they're all popping up around the globe now focused on crypto. And in a recent interview, I forgot who said it, but it was a guy from Wall Street who said, if the hedge funds don't put some allocations into Bitcoin, they may be fired. Maybe going back 3 to 4 years ago, if they were to do that, it would be fired, right? But now if they don't do it, they will be fired. So, man, we talk about rapid growth and change in narrative, right? So according to a report on FundView, the initiative, a collaboration with Berlin fintech Capilendo, will target institutional and semi-institutional investors who want to invest in a portfolio of crypto assets, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Stellar. The fund will pursue a passive investment strategy with a crypto allocation ratio based on market cap and other criteria. According to the company, the portfolio will cover 85% of the total crypto asset market. Man, and take a look at this. The minimum investment in the fund is 200,000 euros or $242,000 with no limit on the subscription period, and then total ongoing fees for the fund are 2.05% of the fund volume. So look at that. They're targeting institutional investors. You need a minimum of $242,000 to invest. Right, guys? That's where we're headed. All the millionaires and billionaires, they're setting up the on-ramps for them, the infrastructure, the ecosystem, right? And remember what I always talk about, guys, where I say, hey, this market is going to be the greatest market ever, not just because I'm biased because of crypto, but rather it is global, as stated, because it's on the blockchain, right? There's no borders. Second, you got the banks, banks too are building their own crypto and stable coins, but you got the governments building their digital currencies. So you have crypto, digital assets, digital currency, stable coins, and you're going to have tokenized commodities and securities. Stocks, real estate, cars, artwork, all of that will be tokenized, and it will fall under the umbrella of crypto. That's where we're headed. That's why I've said it for years. This is going to be the largest, greatest asset class, market, whatever you want to call it, ever. It's going to be that big. And there's not going to be an opening and closing bell. It's going to be a 24/7 trading across the world, right? And here, Bittrex becomes the second crypto exchange to launch 24/7 tokenized stock trading. See, guys? Coinbase, everybody's going to do this. And of course, as we just talked about, the stock exchanges, the banks are going to offer it too. That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed, guys. This is amazing. Finally, this news, in my opinion, is bullish. Not because of the company itself, but because of the regulation that's going to allow them to do something very interesting here. Let me share the details. So Blockstack's digital currency Stacks to be tradable in the US once new blockchain arrives. Tech company Blockstack PBC's digital currency Stacks can become tradable by US investors with the launch of its new blockchain early next year. Munib Ali, the company's co-founder and chief executive, told Reuters in an interview late last week. Listen to this part. Under the US Securities and Exchange Commission regulations, some cryptocurrencies or digital tokens have been classed as securities as part of efforts to enforce rules against entities failing to register digital currencies or assets sold to investors. With the launch of Blockstack's Stacks Blockchain 2.0 on January 14, 2021, the company's network will be no longer, or it looks like they have a typo here, will no longer be controlled by any single entity, and its Stacks token can no longer be considered a security under the SEC's regulations, Ali said. You know what my mind went to as soon as I read this? XRP and Ripple, because we know the holdup for Ripple is XRP not being declared a security or non-security, right? There's ambiguity there. There's risk for the banks. They don't want to touch it because what if it goes the wrong way? They have risk on their books, right? Well, this is interesting because this is what Ripple's been doing with decentralizing the XRP ledger and multiple nodes and the distribution and I think the allocation of XRP. So I think this is good news. Guys. We're headed in the right direction. We saw Brian Brooks say clear regulations coming, and I think Ripple is going to get the green light here. I think now, and then once we get the regulations, the U.S. banks will be able to use XRP and Ripple ODL, and then we're going to see a takeoff of XRP's price, guys. That's absolutely what I think here if I'm reading between the lines, because And it's not just Ripple, but it's other companies, Propi, VeChain, and so on and so forth, which have not been declared anything. Just Bitcoin and Ether were declared non-securities by the SEC. So this means Blockstack will not be required to submit regular financial reports as a company, and its Stacks token can be traded by U.S. investors on on U.S. digital asset exchanges. So very interesting, guys. Let's see what happens. I don't want to jump the gun and say, hey, this is absolutely how it's going to be, but this is interesting to say the least, right? It gives us some insight as to maybe what is coming, maybe what our friend Brian Brooks has in works, along with Mnuchin here. And, Brian Brooks kind of put the rumor of bad news coming to bed, because he said, hey, this thing is going to be mostly positive. You're going to see, we're going to put the proper protections in place, KYC, AML, but we're not going to kill the crypto market. No one's going to ban Bitcoin. We're going to help this market to take off. So very bullish times ahead. I'm very excited. The prices that we see right now will eventually become tiny blips on the chart, guys. The same way, as always, that the 2017 bull run makes the 2013 look like a small little blip on the chart, right? Same way this next parabolic run up is going to make 2017 look very small. So patience is very important when it comes to investing. Of course, this is not financial or investment advice. We're just talking about market principles and cycles and all of that. You should do your own research. You should have a plan. And of course, talk to an investment advisor, an accountant, all that stuff, right, guys? So be prepared. Know what you're going to be doing. But bullish times are ahead. And I'm very excited for the future of this market. So guys, what do you think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. And I will talk to you all later.